Well, hello, folks. How are you all? I do hope you're well. I really do. Right. Before I start doing today's messages, let's not forget, for those in the know, and some of you that don't know, we've got a tipping comp tomorrow. A tipping comp. It's a 4-dayer, 4 days of Cheltenham for the Cheltenham Festival. Tuesday through to Friday, inclusive. Everybody, but everybody is welcome. You can be a subscriber to the channel. You can be a non-subscriber. It doesn't matter. You can be a racing enthusiast or follower. You can be somebody that regularly looks on the racing content here. You can be somebody that follows the channel but doesn't really look to the racing or sports part. Come on in. Everyone's welcome. And really, you could say it's a bit of a game of chance as much as anything else, because it doesn't take as much studying as a lot of racing would do because of the unusual rules that are put on it. Right, this is what we're going to do. Everybody's welcome. Everybody. As I say, it can be anyone at all. It can even be you tipsters on YouTube. People like Peter or DTS, people like that. Horsepower Ints. Dave from Pegasus. Everyone is welcome. Absolutely everyone. Even those from the dark side. Kevin. You're Kevin. Simon. Neil. The Pig Boys. Don't mind. It's all about having a bit of fun. Bringing us all together. And it's easy. It's 2 horses in every race. 2 horses, that's all. Just 2. And what we're going to do is, you're paying no entry fee. Nothing. It's going to cost you nothing. It's about the kudos of being the champion of the channel. Grumpy Stolgitz, Cheltenham Champion 2025. But for the winner, you're going to get a small compliment, a small prize of 50 notes. Only 50 quid. But it's coming from my own skyrocket. I'm going to pay you direct. I'm going to be in it as well. Oh, I'm in it. I want to win it. But what we'll do if I win it, which won't happen, but if I did, whoever comes second will be paid out as the winner. I'm not going to pay myself. I don't want my money. I don't want to give it any of you, really, but I'm going to have to, because that's the rules. Now, I don't do PayPal and all that palaver. I don't understand all that. Look at my daughters doing it. All that'll happen is, whoever wins, you'll put your details in the, not in the comment section. We don't want anyone to get your details. You'll send an email to the channel with your bank details, and within a week, it might take as much of a week, within a week, you'll get the money sent over to you as a £50 transfer. As I say, it's really about just being the winner of the channel. It doesn't really matter who wins, but there's 50 quid there for somebody. Now, I've decided if I have a great Cheltenham and win lots of money, I might double it to 100 quid. Yeah, I might do, but let's see how many Cheltenham goes first. Right, 1 prize and 1 prize only. These are the rules, and they're really, really simple. They're simple. I've re-recorded this because I've changed a little tweak. I've done a Peter Fillingman tweaked. Right, these are the rules. You're picking 2 horses in every single race throughout the whole of Cheltenham. Throughout the whole of Cheltenham, 2 horses every race. You're picking a horse to win the race. Whichever horse you put down first of your 2, well, that is the one that you're picking to win. It doesn't matter what the price of the horse is. It can be 3 to 1 on, 4 to 1 on, 6 to 1 on. Doesn't matter. If the horse wins, you get 10 points. If it places or comes nowhere, you get bugger all. Especially a 1 to 3. You've got to win to get your 10 points. Right, your second horse. Your second horse, if it wins, you're in clover. But in an ideal world, you're after it placing. It needs to place. Your second horse, and this is the caveat with the second horse, it's got to SP at 10 to 1 or bigger. Minimum odds, 10 to 1. And that's the official SP at the end of the race that's declared. If your horse is betting to 9 to 1, 8 to 1, 7 to 1, whatever it might be, the bet is dead. You lose that bet. If it wins or places, it's bad for you. You're knackered. Cream crackered, you get nothing. So you've got to pick an horse that, even if they bet it in, you've got to pick it at such a price where you don't think it'll come in at under 10 to 1. Now, all your entries, we want in ideally by about 1 o'clock and not much later. If you come late, there's going to be no rules in that. I'm not going to police things, because everyone can police everybody else's. And let me know if anybody's cheated. If anybody puts bets in after the first race, there will be null and void if we notice it throughout the competition. But as long as everything's put in before race 1 kicks off, you're in. But if you do it before 1 o'clock, it's even better. Now, what we're going to do is this. You're going to put 2 in. Your first horse is always going to be the one to win. Your second horse is to place. They've got to be 10 to 1 or better. If your horse places, an official British horse racing rules, where if they're paying only first 2, you're looking at first and second place. If they're paying only first 3, you're looking at 3 places. and first 4 places. There's going to be no each way extra. There's going to be no boosts or bonuses or extra places. There's none of that palaver. Don't be telling me Sky Bet paid 5 or 6 places. That doesn't matter. We're paying 1, 2, 3 or 4 depending on what SP says. That's all you're working for. Let's say it's 18 and a handicap, and obviously it's first 4 places. If your horse comes second, third or fourth and it's 10 to 1 or a bit or above, you get 10 points. If your horse comes first and it's 10 to 1 or above, you get 20 points. You double your money because you've done well to pick an horse above 10 to 1. Now what I'm going to do, this is why I've just changed. I've done a second video here because what I'm allowing you to do, you can be clever if you want to. You can be clever if you want to. You can pick 2 horses in any single race or all races above 10 to 1. Any 2 horses, I don't mind. If you get a winner out of the 2, you'll get 20 points. If the other one places, you'll get 10. They can't both win unless there's a dead heat. If they both place, you'll get 10 for both horses. Because you're taking a chance and not going for a big favourite. So you deserve to get a bit extra. You've been brave and not gone for a paper favourite, not gone for an odds-on favourite. You're thinking, no, I'm going to play it a different way. I need some extra points. I'm going to try and get 2 lots of 10 points. And if I'm lucky, I might get a 10 and a 20. That's allowed. Okay? That's allowed. But bear in mind, as I say, if any horse comes in under 10 to 1, that horse is thrown out. Okay? No. Make sure the top horse you put in every single race is the one you're doing as the winner. If it's over 10 to 1, you will get 10 and 20 points. If it comes in at under 10 to 1 and you put your top horse, we'll still pay you the 10 points on that. Okay, so you've got 2 chances there with horse number 1. Your top horse in every race, you're betting it to win or place it if it's above 10 to 1. If it comes in at under 10 to 1, you're only getting the win. You're not getting any place money on that if it's betting under 10 to 1. Your second horse has just got to be over 10 to 1. If your second horse in each race is at over 10 to 1, we throw that one out. Okay? Them's the rules. Do you understand that? I hope you do. Right. As I say, what for entries, this is how you're going to do it. Tonight, later on, I'm going to do my nightly scores on the doors. There'll be scores on the doors every night. On Monday, scores on the doors in the comment section. Everybody entering tomorrow's competition puts 2 horses in there, ideally before 1 o'clock, or at least before the first race. But if it's before 1, it's much easier. You'll see mine in there. I'll have mine in there. Don't worry about that. So, you're doing that on the night before scores on the doors. So tonight, you're putting Tuesdays on. On Tuesday scores on the doors, you're doing Wednesday's horses. I don't need to tell you the rest. You're not stupid. You understand the way it's going. Look at the previous night scores on the doors. Make sure it's the previous days, not 2 days before, 3 days before. They'll get lost. They won't count. It's got to be on the previous day's scores on the doors. As long as you do that, you'll be sound as a pound. Right, as I say, everyone's welcome. Whether you're a horse racing follower or not, you're welcome. It's nothing to enter, so you can't lose. You'll win a minimum of 50 quid. If I have a good Cheltenham, you'll know about it because I'll double your money up. And that's really it. Everybody welcome. Everyone's a winner, but they won't be. There'll only be one. I'd love it be me. I'd love it be me. Even though I'm going to pay out the second place, I'd love it be me. Can't see it, but I'd love it. Right, so, get picking tomorrow's horses. Right? I'll mention this on Scores on the Doors as well tonight, just so people remember. And I'll mention it again tomorrow morning. So I'll mention Tipping Contest 3 times. That way, hopefully, as many that want to come in can do before it starts tomorrow. If anyone misses the boat and misses day 1 and wants to jump in at any time, they can do. But obviously, they'll have ground to make up. But you're allowed. If you're coming a day late, you're allowed. It's just that you're starting behind the 8 ball, as they say. But I'm not going to stop anybody coming in. As I say, do the best you can. Good luck to one and all. I hope none of you cheat. But I'm not really policing it. You're all policing each other. If any of you need the money that bad, it's sad. And you might get away with cheating. But I do hope if you do cheat, folks in the comment section will realise somebody's cheating and say, Grumpy, he or she is cheating. They put the horses in after the start or whatever it may be. Scrub them out, and that's what I'll do. Okay? Speak to you all later.